Want to hear something scary? In general, we lose about 1% of our collagen every year past the age of around 30. But that's not the scary part. Women will lose up to 30% of their collagen in the first 5 years of menopause. I know that this is pretty shocking, but I am going to try to talk you off of that ledge, and hopefully after watching this video, you will feel a lot more empowered. One thing to remember is that it's never too early or too late to start a real solid skincare routine, as well as lifestyle changes that will help support your skin's changing needs. Because as we go through menopause, we start noticing our skin becoming more sensitive, drier, thinner, and wrinkles start to form more easily, as well as we see sagging due to the loss of the collagen and elastin. And that's all triggered by the loss of estrogen. And then we're bombarded by all of the different products or procedures that claim to address this issue. And instead of it being helpful, it's actually really overwhelming. And it's so easy to get caught up in the beauty industry's hustle, where they're always wanting you to chase after the newest products and things that claim to be the fountain of youth. And it's so hard to trust what works or what is just another scam. What I've tried to focus on is what doctors and dermatologists are all agreeing on that are good for your skin. So if everybody's agreeing on a particular ingredient, that I feel a lot more confident in that. So I have outlined a skincare routine for myself, and I continue to research other things that I may or may not add to my skincare routine. But the most important thing to look for are things that will preserve and even build your collagen. And this could be done with your skincare, lifestyle changes, devices, home devices, and office procedures. So when it comes to skincare, a good start is incorporating your ABCs. And by that I mean your vitamin A being your retinols, your vitamin B3 being your niacinamide, and your vitamin C being your L-ascorbic acid. And all of these actives are antioxidants that stimulate collagen production. Another ingredient you can add are AHA exfoliators, and those stimulate collagen as well. So please check out my whole series that I did on anti-aging, the skincare series, where I go into depth on each of the different ingredients that I feel are important in a skincare routine. Another thing that you may need to do is swapping out some of your old products with new different ones. So what I mean by that is, let's say you had a really foaming cleansing cleanser, swap that out for something that's a lot more gentle and that will still clean your skin, but it does not strip your moisture barrier. So another swap could be changing out your manual scrubs. So instead using a chemical exfoliator, which would be your AHAs. And as I mentioned earlier, those also will stimulate collagen production, so it's doing double duty for you. Moisturizers are another thing that really don't need to be complicated, but they may be changing. Even throughout the year, I notice that sometimes I need something a lot lighter in the warmer months, but then in the drier months, then I may need something that is a lot more moisturizing. So things that are really important to look for in a moisturizer are, again, your niacinamide, your ceramides. Those really do help strengthen and protect your moisture barrier. Occlusives, those actually hold the moisture in. Humectants actually draw the moisture into your skin. So these are good things to have in a moisturizer. And the most important thing is to top it all off with a good broad spectrum sunscreen. So broad spectrum will provide protection of both UVA and UVB rays. And you need to be applying this every day, whether you go outside or not. Because what destroys collagen is the sun. So as I mentioned, women experience a much greater loss of collagen during menopause. And that is because of the loss of estrogen. So another option that you may want to look into is hormone replacement therapy. Now, this is definitely something that you have to determine whether or not it's right for you. And this is definitely a personal decision. But I feel like we do need to be discussing it more. And that's why I wouldn't mind providing a platform for us women to be talking about our menopause journey and provide support so that we feel a little bit more empowered going through this time of our lives rather than dreading it. Please let me know in the comments below if there is a particular topic or discussion you would be interested in hearing about. HRT can be so helpful to so many women in different ways, including your skin. But let's say HRT is not an option for you. Another product that I have heard about is called Emapel. And this markets itself for estrogen deficient skin. I do want to be clear that I have not tried this product. I do feel like the basic skincare routine is of a higher priority, but this may be a peripheral product to try on down the road. Emapel totes that their breakthrough MEP technology mimics what estrogen does for the skin. And it can help restore the skin function in estrogen deficient skin without adding hormones. So it doesn't, there's not hormones in this product. The product includes niacinamide, peptides, retinol, shea butter, grapeseed oil, and hyaluronic acid, which makes this a very well-rounded product. So that may be why they're very comfortable asking $195 for the moisturizer, which is about 1.7 ounces. And then there's also a serum that is $175 for 1.2 ounces. I know the MEP technology, it does kind of sound a little gimmicky to me, but I definitely will keep this one in the back of my mind, and maybe I will try it one day. Some lifestyle behaviors that are very important during, well, always, but definitely during menopause, is your diet, exercise, stress management, and sleep. It's always a good idea to really try to incorporate a diet rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and fiber. Supplementation can also be very important at this time as well, because maybe you're not getting all the nutrients that you need through your diet alone. Collagen powders have become very popular. And if you are going to try one, I do recommend that you look for ones that include type 1 and type 3 collagen. That's the collagen that your skin uses. But the studies are pretty limited on the efficacy of these collagen powders and how it's absorbed into your skin. Another, I feel, excellent way to get collagen into your diet is with bone broth. And I think this would be a real easy swap to swap out your broth, whatever broth you use to cook with your bone broth. Relaxation and sleep are lifestyle behaviors that I think really need to be pushed up in priority as we age. We've always heard how stress kills, and incorporating stress-reducing activities is very important. We live in a very production-driven culture, and so a lot of us put our value by what we do. And this can be quite the eye-opener as you start to age and you don't have that same energy level that you once did. And there is nothing wrong with slowing down. And also having that mindset shift of putting your value on who you are rather than what you do. I think we've all kind of earned the right to be able to relax and start taking better care of ourselves. Menopause can also really wreak havoc on your sleeping patterns. And so coming up with a really, really good, solid nighttime routine can be vital. I've always put sleep high on my priority list, so it's really not a stretch for me. But for a lot of people, it may be. And we need to remember that when we're sleeping, our body is recovering. It's repairing itself. So if you're exercising during the day to, say, change your body composition, say you want to lose weight or you want to build muscle, that's only part of the process. The other equally as important part is when you sleep. So while we sleep, growth hormone is released, and that is what stimulates muscle growth and repair, bone building, as well as fat loss. The last thing I want to touch on are treatments and office procedures, and I'm only going to name a few. But for building collagen, some options could include chemical peels, microneedling, lasers, and red light therapy. I know that there are many other procedures available, but again, these are specific to collagen building. So anytime you decide on an office procedure, you really do have to weigh the pros and the cons. Results are going to vary greatly, and you really are dependent on the technician performing the procedure. And even if they're very skilled, there is that degree of human error. And then you also have to justify the cost. I think a lot of people can't see spending that kind of money on something that may or may not give them the results that they're looking for. I think that's why you're seeing a lot more home devices. But again, you know, you've got to look at the pros and the cons. Yes, they may be a lot more affordable as well as convenient. You know, if you have a device at home, you're going to maybe use it more often than going into an office to get a procedure done. And it's going to cost you a lot less. Granted, it may not be as powerful as the equipment that they have in an office, but the big question with home devices is consistency. Are you going to buy it, and are you going to use it? I think we are, again, a culture where we want results and we want them right away. And when it comes to anything modifying your skin, your body, it does take time and consistency. So if you are interested in buying a home device, you just really have to, be committed to using it on a very consistent basis, as well as giving yourself enough time to see the results. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I hope you have a great day.